do a running commentary of what you're going to see. I started out in voiceovers in 1980. I had my first job, and it just blossomed from there. I was working on camera. I still work on camera a lot, and so this is we're going to see some Power Ranger stuff. We're going to see some Digimon stuff and some other stuff that I managed to get on DVD. And we'll have a good time for now. Anybody have any questions right off the bat? Yeah. It was like a living. It was a great job. It was fun. And it didn't take up all my time, so I was able to do other things. And the first year I actually wrote for the show. I wrote the dialogue that was to be dubbed into English, because I had written a lot of ADR scripts. It's called ADR, Automated Dialogue Replacement, is a fancy term for dubbing. So we like to say ADR, for Automated Dialogue Replacement. So that's the name of that tune. Then when I got Lord Zed, I was too busy doing Lord Zed to write. So they gave it to other people. But I got a nice writer's credit for a year and a half, 2 years. Let's see. So I started out doing Finster on the show. And about a year and a half later, they started looking for a new bad guy. And I asked if I could audition for Lord Zed. And, Scott Page, the producer, the post-production supervisor, said, yeah, sure. And I had to audition 3 times for Lord Zed, because they didn't believe it was me. They had nobody else that they liked. They liked me for it, but they didn't believe it was me, because all through my Saban career, which was, I've been at Saban like for 9 years. I always did like upper register characters. Upper vocal register characters. So I didn't believe that I could get down and do Lord Zed and keep doing it constantly. They didn't believe I could do this for 6 years. Because that's what they were planning for Lord Zed. It was not, I had no idea. I thought Lord Zed was going to be in and out in 10 episodes or something, like all the other guest monsters. We had no idea they were getting rid of Rita. But, because they didn't like to tell us anything. We just sort of went in and did our lines. I had to ask for a synopsis of the episode I was working on, so I'd know what I was talking about. Okay, so we're going to see the first clip. Can we dim the lights? Nope, that's not working. The light switch is, there it is. Is that it? No. I'm kidding. Is that a light switch? Oh no, I gotta dim the lights. Is that white thing? What's this? Oh, there we go. That's good. Can you bring it down more? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Beautiful. Okay, the first thing we're going to see is the classic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers introduction. This is the 3rd season, so you'll see the 3 new Rangers in this, and Lord Zed. Okay, fire away. Bring the sound up a bit. swear they could have put my name, but they didn't. All right, there it is. Late season 2? Oh, all right. So late season 2? Oh, yeah, it was before Rita came back, for sure. Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Late season 2, all right. Any questions? Yes, sir.
If you could say anything to Tommy Oliver, Jason David Frank, what would you tell him right now?
Well, say that again?
I said, if you could say anything to Jason David Frank, the guy who originally played Tommy Oliver, what would you say?
How you doing? He's a good friend. I mean, he's not a good friend. I don't hang out with him because he lives in Texas. But I get along well with all of the Rangers when I see them out there. I don't know if he's going to do Power Morphicon. It takes a good deal of oomph to get him out to do a convention. But we got Power Morphicon coming up in August in Pasadena, California. Yes? Did their minds explode? I'm sure it did. I cleaned up the entrails. Yes, sir.
Did you ever get to wear the Zed suit?
No, it was too small for me. I used to be 5'9" before I got scoliosis, so I was pretty tall. The suit was actually made for the stuntman, Ed Neal, who did a nice job for the most part with Zed physically. But he was 5'5" or 5'6", so the suit was just too small for me to get into. I would have liked to have tried it, but what the hell. I had fun doing the voice. Another question? Yes?
Have you ever made prank calls as Zed to places?
Have I ever what?
Done prank calls?
Oh, prank calls? No, I'm not into prank calls. No. I'm always afraid they won't know who it is. I don't know if I'm that well now. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll try it someday. I usually don't have the time. Yeah. Yeah. Well, nobody recognizes me because unless they've actually been to a convention or seen me in the newspaper, because they recognize the character, Lord Zed. They don't recognize me. I get stopped on the street for, I do work on, I don't know if you get it out here, the Tim and Eric show, and on the Cartoon Network, the Adult Swim Cartoon Network. Did you get that out here?
Yes, sir.
I do work on that show, and check it out with Dr. Steve Brule, the John C. Reilly spinoff. I'm the newscaster, Terry Bruce Hiplo. So I get stopped for that a lot, but not for Lord Zed. But if I ever, like if I'm introduced to a little kid whose parents know me, they always freak out when they hear the voice. They light up. So it's very rewarding for that. Another question? Yes, sir, man in the mask. Gotta go louder. Was I ever in contact with the other Rangers? Yeah, occasionally we crossed paths. Testing. Oh, there it is. They used to bring us in one at a time to just do our line after line after line after line. So occasionally I'd run into them if they were in the session before me or they were working in another studio, but we never actually worked together except when we did the live show. Did anybody see the live show? Yeah. Great. There were two casts. One went out to the east part of the country, the other went out to the west part of the country. And we recorded the soundtrack to that in one long 12-hour session. So we were all working together. We all sat in a big circle with microphones and music stands and did the work. So that time we all worked together. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. So that's the only time we actually worked together. Another question? Okay, let's move on to Lord Zed's famous first appearance. This is edited somewhat.
I am Lord Zed, Emperor of all I see. You have failed to complete the mission assigned to you. I will now resume command. Prepare the palace for my return.
If you notice, they don't shoot Rita full on. I'll tell you why after this.
I welcome you back, my Emperor. Lord Zed, identify yourself. Excellency, surely you remember me, Goldar, your faithful servant. Ah, yes, Goldar, the groveling one. I surrender myself to serve and obey you only. It is good to have you back, Lord Zed. Your spineless, sniveling attitude leads me to believe you will serve me well. Yes. For that, I shall restore to you what was once taken away. Lord Zed, I thank you. You will not regret this. See that I don't. Now, where are the Earthlings that the incompetent Rita Repulsa was unable to defeat?
Oh, Lord Zed, give me another chance! I will not fail again!
Quiet! Those Power Rangers are nothing but mere infants! You were defeated by children! You dare call yourself an Empress of Evil? You are not fit to destroy a cockroach! I have always said that, my lord!
You cold belly rat!
You have made me very angry! Your putties are as useless to me as you are! I have my own army of putties, the likes of which you have never seen! Of course! Observe, you simpering fool! And now to energize them!
Okay, here's Lord Zed's first appearance. If you notice, thank you. I pay him to do it. No, I'm kidding. If you notice, they didn't shoot Rita full on. For this Rita, they did not use any original footage because they didn't have the footage. Because Lord Zed was a totally Saban American invention. There was no Japanese footage for Lord Zed. So I think they got a gal from the accounting department to do this Rita. They eventually hired an actress when they brought Rita back full on, named Carla Perez, who was younger than the original Rita. And they gave Rita, huh? Say again? Oh, the original. Yes. Yes. But Carla Perez played the second Rita, and of course Barbara Goodson did the voice. And Barbara was going English to English, which is just as hard to do ADR as English to Japanese. Harder in a sense, because you got to be exact. So Barbara had a good, but it was actually easier than doing the original Rita. It was very tough to dub the original Rita. So they got Carla Perez to come back, and they gave Rita a potion to turn her younger, so she'd be more attractive to Lord Zed. So that's the name of that tune. I don't know, they didn't have any bedroom scenes, which is disappointing. That would be something to behold. Anyway, any questions? Yes. I don't know. He just appeared on television. There was no screening. Unfortunately, there was no screening. But what did happen was they got cards and letters and phone calls from parents after a while complaining that Lord Zed was giving their kids nightmares. And so Saban, at the time in the early and mid 90s, political correctness was in fashion. So Saban, trying to be politically correct, dumbed the character down by bringing in Rita and having them get married and having some comedy between the two. And that seemed to mitigate the violence, the supposed violence that, yeah. What? No, I haven't seen that. When is it on? To what.com? AttackTheFourthWall.com. You hear that, everybody? Okay.
What did you say?
Atop the four wall.
The four wall?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. This man knows what he's talking about. Yeah, that's right. I have that on tape. I have that on the, we'll see that next, in fact. Oh, no, not next. Yeah, that's Serpent Terror. Any other questions? Yes?
Yeah, what do you think about the changing tone when they brought back their phones and later?
I didn't think much of it. I thought it was, I was having a good time being evil on my own. I didn't like the idea of marrying Rita and having a comedy, but it worked out all right. They were still pretty mean. I wanted to keep the integrity of the character, the wholeness of the character. He was wholly mean, so out for gain, out to take over the world. That was his goal. So microcosm of that, take over Angel Grove. So I wanted to keep that integrity in. So, but it worked out well. It was fun working with Barbara again, because we had done two other series where we were boyfriend and girlfriend in the series. We did Hello Spencer, where we were boyfriend and girlfriend living together without being married in this puppet show that we dubbed, that we did ADR for. And also, what was the other one? I forget what the other one is. Shit. It'll come to me. Barbara knows, I'll call her. Anyway, so does that answer the question? Okay. Another question? All right, let's go move on to, people have asked me what are my favorite Lord Zed episodes, and some of the favorites are Lord Zed and Serpentera, which was Lord Zed's Zord. That was my Zord, Serpentera, and he was a big thing. And so this is Lord Zed and Serpentera. Ooh, lumbar hiss is about as mean as Lord Zed. That's me on a good hair day. I gotta make it big. And lumbar hiss was a little creep. I gotta make it bigger, because my Lord Zed is gonna be big like Darth Vader. So I took this device and I put it down in the diaphragm, like this, and I took deep breaths and made it very breathy. And with all Power Rangers, the earth shall be mine. And that became Lord Zed.
To that politics this demon of destruction is fully energized, I will destroy the Power Rangers myself! They are apparently headed towards the farthest galaxy at light speed! The farthest galaxy? What could they be possibly going there for? Maybe a vacation? But I want your opinion, I'll give it to you! They've got to be going after the Sword of Light. That whole fool Zordon thinks he's going to transfer the power to 3 new Rangers. Is Serpent Terror fully energized? Armed and ready! The first mission will be to destroy the Sword of Light. Squat, Babu, take the sleep machine to Earth. With the whole planet knocked out, Zordon will never be able to find new Rangers! Lord Zed, Scourge of the Universe, I'll be famous, or better yet, infamous. Power levels at maximum, on course for the deserted planet. Soon, we'll wipe it out of the universe, along with the Sword of Light, full speed ahead! What was that? A mosquito? Ah, you're wasting your time, Red Ranger! A message from Earth Evilness. Someone is trying to destroy the sleep machine. Stop the program! Sending the putties immediately! Find that statue and destroy it! Now crush him! Crush him! At last, victory is mine. The entire universe trembles before Lord Zed. Goodbye, Power Rangers!
All right. Wreaking havoc with Serpentera. Partying down. With Goldar at the controls. Questions? Comments? Yes, sir. Yes. Sure. If the money was right and the deal was right. I don't know if Zed is maybe in the movie they're making now. I don't know. Could be. I know Rita is. Supposedly, the actress Elizabeth Banks is playing Rita, is what I hear. It was supposed to be Meryl Streep. It was supposed to be this and that. We'll see. But they did announce the Rangers, the new Rangers. Nice bunch of kids, it looks like. Pretty 21st century. So, anyway, another question? Yeah.
Yes, sir. With the majority of the supervillains at the end of every Power Ranger series, most of them destroyed. Do you ever think there will be a future Power Ranger series where Lord Zed and Rita might come back? Last we saw them, they were destroyed. They drove off on the moon in an RV.
Right. Well,
Think they'll ever come back?
I would like to see that happen. Perhaps the movie will influence the TV show. They shoot the show in New Zealand, which doesn't really matter. We can do the voices anywhere. They don't have to fly us to New Zealand to do the voices. They can rent a studio here easily enough to do post-production here. I'd like to see that happen. Who knows? With the movie's popularity, they might segue it into the TV show. We'll see. I know the movie's going to be a hit. Whether it comes out, whether it's going to disappoint the faithful fans because it strays too much from the format remains to be seen. So I wish them the best. They do a lot better if they hired me. We all know that, right? Mm-hmm. Any more questions? Okay, let's go to a famous Lord Zed versus the White Ranger. This is when we get Kimberly, we capture Kimberly. So this is what was mentioned here. Okay, let's take a look at Lord Zed versus the White Ranger.
Well then, she's counting on a bunch of losers, Tommy, because you and the rest of your cowering cohorts are going to be enslaved to me.
I can smell victory already.
Are you sure you're not just smelling Rito?
Hey, what do you mean?
Here's the
I don't
comedy
smell.
that
I
I
took a
couldn't
shower
find.
last month.
Quiet, you zoo rejects. Everything is going as planned. I have Kimberly's power coin. Finster is working on a way to siphon off Ninja's power, combine it with the Falcon Zord's technology, and bring our new Zords to life. And all I need is 6 pilots to command them.
Just like the Power Rangers.
Yes, of course. The Power Rangers. Rito, being around me is really starting to pay off for you. You've done it again. Yes. Who better to pilot the new Zords than the Power Rangers themselves? Yeah.
You've been hanging around my brother too long, Zeddy.
Think with your brain instead of your mouth for a change. We'll force them to pilot our Zords by dangling the Pink Ranger's welfare in front of them. Then we'll make the destroy Angel go, and the world shall surrender to me. Yeah.
Okay, Zeddy, just how are you going to use the Pink Ranger's condition to force those rainbow-colored rejects to be our own personal fighter?
Patience, my little walnut. Just sit back and be awestruck as you watch my ingenious plan unfold. Those Power Rangers won't know what hit them. Let's sink our teeth into it. Behold, Frankenstein! I love watching those adult adolescents get polished off.
You do good work, Ed.
Oh, don't you understand it?
It's Zed! Now move out of the way, you big log! I want to see!
Now, my prickly pear, while Frankenstein is flossing the Rangers, it's time for you to summon Kimberly's feline friend.
Yes! And lure the Pink Ranger out! I knew that kitty would come in handy!
Am I terrific, or am I terrific? Little Ranger, catnap time is over. Finster has finished powering up our Zords.
Zeddy! I still don't understand how you're going to get the Rangers to pilot them!
Yes, your lordship, how? That is the most delicious part of my plan. To know the answer, you must think pink. I'll explain. No, think pink. That's a good one. As we speak, I'm draining the power out of the Pink Ranger. Soon, she'll become completely useless to anyone.
You're still trying, Tommy.
Please, allow me to save you the trouble, Rangers.
Oh my gosh.
How'd you get in there? I don't get a clue.
Your precious Pink Ranger is here with me. I'm having a wonderful time draining all the power out of her body. It's quite a spectator sport. By the end of today, she will no longer be in the pink. In fact, she'll be history. See, she's already sleeping quite comfortably, which is nice work if you can get it.
I demand that you release the Pink Ranger.
Silence! The only one making demands at this point is me.
What do you want?
Teleport me to your command center and I will tell you in person.
The command center is no place for the evil likes of you.
Do it now, or risk harm to your precious Kimberly.
Zora, we don't have a choice. We have to. For Kimberly.
I agree with your decision, Tommy. Alpha, you may proceed.
Greetings, my friends. Isn't anyone going to ask me how my trip was?
Get on with it, Zed. While you sit there, Kimberly's life is ebbing away.
Not a bad place. A little tacky. When I take over, I'll have my darling wife redecorated. Oh, Alpha, you can come out of hiding.
I don't like you, Ed.
It said, you blinking bucket of bolts! Lord Zed!
Get on with it, Zed. What do you want?
All right, Power Rangers, this is your dilemma. You agree to pilot my new fleet of Zords and do all my evil bidding. Or you can refuse my offer, in which case we can all sit around and have a jolly time watching the Pink Ranger race away.
I will never let you get away with this.
Save your breath, Zordon! I'm giving the commands around here. Now, I'll give you a moment to make your decision.
Tom, what do we do? We can't let anything happen to Kimberly. She's one of us.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time is up now, heroes. Or should I say, zeros. Oh, zeros. That's a good one. So now, what did you decide? I can't wait to hear it.
Pilot your Zord, Zed.
Wise choice, Rangers. You will report for duty at dusk with your new master. Me. Get ready for the ride of your lives. See ya.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wrong, Ranger! You tried to double-cross me. Now, you and your precious pink princess will perish together!
Back off, Zed. I'm getting Kimberly out of here. It's morphin' time! White Ranger power! That's it! Okay, Zed. I'm ready for you.
I'm far more powerful than you could ever handle, White Ranger!
We'll just have to see about that now, won't we?
Are those hi-hats really necessary? Here, I'll do some. You missed me.
That's the best you can do.
You're going to be sorry you said that. Wait till I tell your pink friend how much courage you had at the end.
It doesn't matter what happens to me, Zed. Kimberly and I may not get out of here, but you'll never be allowed to win.
A little down on your luck, Tommy.
Get real, Zed.
Come on, Tommy. You can't be serious with that toy sword.
I don't get more serious than this, Zed. Bullseye, yes.
Not quite.
It's just like you, cold and slimy.
Why, you power parasite! You'll pay for that!
We still have the Pink Ranger, don't we?
The White Ranger broke my staff and then made off with Kimberly.
Great. Here goes our trump card.
Oh, give me that. They haven't beaten us yet. I still have control of the Zords. They will respond only to my evil command.
Oh, those Rangers ruined everything!
They broke my staff. They stole my swords. This job used to be fun. I want them to pay for making me so miserable.
They already have in a way. We still have Ninja trapped in a bottle. And Sweetie by Kimberly's power coin. Those Rangers are weakened.
Okay, there it is. Good long segment. The only time Lord Zed came down to meet Tommy, I don't know whether that takes place on Earth or on the moon, that fight. I forgot. Anyway, was our expert. He's gone. Anyway, any questions? Yes, sir.
Okay, so it seems like you were in
Howard?
It seems like you aired not a lot of saying Lord Zed during those scenes. How much freedom did you have as a character?
I had a good amount of freedom. The question is, how much freedom did I have with the character? I tell you, Ed Neal, the stuntman, used to did the lines while he was doing the physical action, and he spoke the lines way too quickly. So I had to deal with that. I didn't want Lord Zed to speak quickly. I wanted him to speak slow and purposefully, and sort of like modeled after Darth Vader, who was hot at the time. You steal from the best, right? So we had to constantly edit the dialogue, so it was so I could speak, I could use my pace and still get the gist of what he was saying out, and fit the physical movements. And if Lord Zed pounded his staff, then you had to say something emphatically, like, "I'm going to get them," or something like that. So we had that challenge, and so I had that freedom to rewrite, and if we had a new writer on the playing field, and wrote a couple of lines that Lord Zed would never say, I just say, Lord Zed would never say that, and we cut it. Or Lord Zed wouldn't say it like that, and we rewrite it. So Scott Page, the producer and director, was a good friend of mine, so we were able to work together. I had a lot of freedom. We were racquetball buddies, so I had a lot of freedom with the character. Within the confines, of course, of the physicality of the thing. Yes?
Alright, so Lord Zed's laugh is pretty iconic. How vocally exhausting do you have characters blood you guys to record a certain number of episodes a week or something like that? How much strain did that take in your voice?
Not too much strain. As voiceover artists, our job is to pick a voice, if we're going to be doing it for a while, that is not going to strain your throat. You have to take care of your instrument. So I was careful to choose a voice that I was able to maintain. That was the whole thing why I had to audition for 3 times, because they were wondering whether I could maintain that kind of voice consistently throughout the whole run of Lord Zed. Because they had plans for Lord Zed, which I had no idea they did. So that's why they auditioned me 3 times. So I could do that voice all day and not strain my throat. It's because I guess I smoke a certain amount of cigarettes a day. That helps. And no, it's producing it from the diaphragm. When you go from the diaphragm, you can do no wrong. When you're going up just strictly on the throat, you can hurt your throat. So you got to know how to use your instrument. So there it is. Yes, sir. No, I didn't see a picture of him. There was a description, but no picture. So I was going on just my imagination and figuring that he would be sort of like Darth Vader, who was hot at the time. And like I say, you steal from the best. So I figured Lord Zed, he'd be lordly. Otherwise, why would they call him Lord Zed? So that's the regal sort of Shakespearean accent I used. Very well spoken. And so that's where that came from. So, yeah, that's what I had to go on. No picture. Another question? Yeah. No, they locked them up. I couldn't get my hands on anything, damn it. They're probably still locked up in some vault someplace. I don't know if anybody who got anything from the show, any props. They did a good job in secreting those away. Another question? Okay, let us not forget Finster. Finster was my entree into the Power Rangers, so let's take a look at Finster's work. I did my version of Ted Lehman. And Ted Lehman was an old-time actor, savant, who retired. It's time to make some play-offs. Yes, I did. And that was very comfortable for me, and I did my... Finster had a few lines every show.
Oh, it's good to be free after 10,000 years.
Finster, hurry up with those putty controllers!
Yes, your evil badness. I'm molding the last putties now. Those putties will make space dust out of those kids. And the beauty is, if they don't, we can always make more. Now, into the monster matic they go. 10 seconds should do it.
Now my putties, prepare to get those teenagers! Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Is anybody home?
Oh, for the good old days. I used to be somebody around here. Monster maker extraordinaire. Now I'm just held in the web. Rita and I were quite a team. I almost missed her cranky little face. Oh, I wish she were here. Oh.
Then wish no more, my little dog-faced monster!
Who said that?
I, Rita Repulsa, have returned!
But how?
Don't just stand there fluffing your gums, Finster! Hurry up, come on! Make me grow full size again, will you?
That's what's different about you. Yes, right away, my queen. I'll use my spectron reintegrator. Here goes nothing.
Nothing's happening! Do something else!
Oh, then I'll try setting it for bread. Or maybe it's puree, or maybe it's awesome at once.
I don't care what you do! Just hurry up and make me grow!
I've never turned into 11 before. Here goes.
I won! You did it, my little dingbat! I'm back! Now, Finster, we must talk about my plan of how to rule again.
Yes, of course, my queen. As you can see, I've been busy making monsters. I have dozens of them ready to go.
No!
But
I need a potion, Finster! Have you no brains?
Yes,
That's right! It's a fun to insult you, I forgot! Now!
What sort of potion?
I want a love one!
A love potion. Yes,
Then
my
we'll fall in love and marry me! Then both he and the universe will be ruled by...
All will be yours, my queen.
After I destroy the Rangers!
Yes, as soon as they return from out of town.
What? I can't wait for that! They're going to be my wedding gift to Lord Zed!
I've got it. We can use Alpha 5 to lure them back.
Yes, tell the whole world the good news. Ah, that's better. Hey, what's going on?
I'm steady, wait, so I can put the disc in. There. Now do as your program, you robot.
Will do, Buckaroo. Whoa, what's going on? No. Crap! The power breath beat the tank and then Zed is busy with the White Ranger. Finster!
Yes?
I need a monster pronto!
Shouldn't you wait for Lord Zed?
What am I? Some kind of loser? I used to run this place all by myself! In case you forgot!
Oh, I apologize. I'll get right to it. In fact, I have the perfect monster to keep an eye on him.
And now Spinster. Thank you. I like doing Spinster. I really like. Oh, my queen. It's very